Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another Division video. The guys at Massive had a State of the Game today where they spoke about the usual kind of update stuff, but they also spoke about something pretty exciting, and that is news surrounding 1.6 and the return of the next wave of Elite Task Force. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys all the details, so if you do enjoy it, do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions. But to begin with, just before I dive into the exciting Elite Task Force stuff, there is also going to be a client-side patch for PC next week to address some issues they've been having recently with regards to the game freezing due to high CPU usage, performance drops again due to high CPU. There was also a crash where sometimes if you used a controller on PC, then the game would crash, and also that patch is going to enable DirectX 12, so if you guys have a PC capable of, supporting that and whatnot, then that will be an option. Of course, there are still issues they're investigating for console players, so for those of you guys that are asking about, say, console stutter, heel delay, stuff like that, it's all things they're looking into. Also known issues with regards to Barrett's chest piece. Everything like that they're looking into, but as it currently stands, there is a patch just for PC next week, client side, to deal with those issues, and of course, they'll try and handle the rest of it at a later date. There's not an exact date or an ETA just yet on that PC patch. It's supposed to be next week, but they just need to kind of fine-tune a few things first, but because they kind of control the PC client, they can just push that live whenever they want. So, some point next week, PC players, keep an eye out for that. However, turning to the slightly more interesting information, the Elite Task Force is coming back, because of course 1.6, which will go hand in hand with The Last Stand, is due to drop at some point at the beginning of next year, and they've said that the 1.6 patch is going to focus on something they have not addressed up until now, and that is PvP balancing and Dark Zone, which is super exciting because a lot of you guys out there that do enjoy PvP, you'll know that when 1.5 came out, they of course addressed a lot of things like weapon balancing, gear, different things like that, and while those things had an effect on PvP by association, it still wasn't a direct PvP tuning patch. So 1.6 is focused on that, which is super exciting because of course since 1.4, 1.5 and the game's in a better place, people are playing survival more people are entering the Dark Zone, so it'll be nice to kind of have a kind of dedicated patch focused on that. Hopefully, while I appreciate it is a balancing patch, if they are putting some focus on the Dark Zone, hopefully that maybe means an extension. That could be super cool. However, as mentioned, in order to test 1.6, they're going to do another Elite Task Force. Now, if you guys missed the last time this happened, pre 1.4, which was the patch that kind of heavily reshaped and rebalanced the game to try and sort of bring people back, they assembled a team of people whom they invited over to Massive in Sweden, and that team was comprised of YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and general community members. It is not just for streamers and YouTubers, it is also just for fans of the game, community members, basically people that are active, enjoy the game, invest their time into it. But they comprised a team of, I think it was about 10 or 12 people, and they went over to Sweden. They went hands-on with 1.4 early. They gave their feedback, they met with the developers, and they basically helped shape the update. And they want to do this again for 1.6 because it went down so well last time, and of course, getting the community directly involved is super useful. Now, they have said that the team this time round will not be the same people they took last time, so if you were in the Elite Task Force last time, then those people will not be invited back this time. And that is simply because they want to try and sort of broaden the group, because they are still talking with the current existing Elite Task Force. They'll still be under NDA and whatnot, so they can still run things by them, but they want to try and widen the group, widen the net, and give more people a chance to try and sort of like help and get involved. It's also worth noting this Elite Task Force will not actually take place in Massive Studio in Malmo. Instead, this is going to take place in Red Storm Studio in North Carolina. But much like last time, Massive or Ubisoft will cover flights, hotels, all stuff like that. So when the registration opens, all you'll need to do is, of course, fill in the form, have a valid passport, and then hopefully, if you get chosen, then when they run the Elite Task Force for 1.6, then you guys will be heading to there. Now, a couple of things you guys need to note. The dates for the next Elite Task Force are January the 11th to the 13th, so there's next year. They're giving you a much bigger window this time because, of course, they want to sort of like plan things and whatnot. The last one was a little bit tight. So January the 11th to the 13th, so if you guys know you're free then you might want to consider signing up. The sign-up forms are not currently live yet. Once they are live, I will update the kind of description down below. But I would imagine that'll either go live at the end of this week or at some point next week, because they did say they want to do it before the holidays. And when that form goes live, you'll basically have to fill out a questionnaire with regards to, how much you play the game, the type of player you are, the way you kind of consume your content, stuff like that. Really kind of important stuff to try and sort of like build a picture around different types of players, because the last time they built a team, they wanted to make sure they had a good coverage of different types of players, people that play PvP, PvE, people that are group players, solo players, some people that play more casually, some people that play really hardcore, so they want to try and sort of get a good grasp. And for those of you guys wondering, this is also a global initiative, so despite the fact that it is in North Carolina, this will be open to everyone no matter where you are in the world. provided you have a valid passport and you're free on those dates, then you can register, and if you get chosen, then they will fly you to North Carolina. Super exciting, and a chance for you guys to help shape the game, so definitely consider signing up once it does go live if you guys do want to try to sort of help get involved in 1.6. As and when they do go live, once they do update things, I will of course keep you guys up to date. As always, you know you can always find the latest news here, so stay tuned for that. But that is pretty much it. That was basically the main thing from the state of the game. So as a super quick recap, 1.6 is focused on PvP balancing and Dark Zone. There will also be a 1.5 patch, PC client patch next week to address a few issues. And the Elite Task Force event takes place on January 11th till January the 13th. So, thank you for watching. Again, any questions, drop them down below. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.